Howdy, y'all. My name is John Cariotti, and I'm honored to serve as your 2016-2017 campaign chair for United Way of Florence County. For many of you, this ain't your first rodeo with United Way. But for some of you, you may still be on the fence whether to donate or not. So to help y'all out, I thought I would round up a few folks to show why they give to United Way.
I give to the United Way because they inspire me to do more to help others. They have been working to improve our community for over 60 years.
I give to the United Way because they make sure my donations are spent wisely and go to people and issues that need us, like the abused, the disabled, the elderly, the homeless, and our youth.
We give to United Way because it's the most powerful way to help those in need in our community,
allowing me the opportunity to have a greater impact in our community than I ever could on my own.
I give to United Way because it is a small sacrifice to make in order to create a positive change.
I give to United Way because my donation multiplies when combined with others, giving me more bang for my buck.
As an agency partner, we give because we get to see firsthand how your donations help change the lives of those in our community. As you watch these stories, you're going to see how you're able to make an impact in the lives of those in our area.
I'm Wayne Llewellyn. I grew up in Florence County, mainly in the lower Florence County area with my mom. She took care of all of us. There was 4 of us. I'm in law enforcement. I have 10 years experience. I work in the town of Aner. I have 3 children, 2 girls, and my son, his name's Eli. I love just hanging out with him. We love to go fishing, go to the park. He loves to swing, get on the slides. My older brother, he was a part of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the PD. I remember when I was probably 5 or 6 and watching him getting the support from this big brother. Mr. Rogers would come out and talk with him and bring clothing and taking places, and couldn't wait to turn 8 years old to get in the program, and May 16th couldn't come quick enough when I was turning 8 that year. They had several people working there at the Big Brother's office that always came to the house and stepped up and helped me out a lot with the homework, providing with things that my mom couldn't provide for us, and like shoes and shirts, and we was a poor house. Sometimes they would even help us with Christmas, I believe. Growing up with us, my mom was single, no father figure in our life, and they really helped out a lot. In my early 20s, I would volunteer. They would call me and ask me, did I want to be a chaperone for trips down to Disney World, or I can go down to Garden City and actually help serve food all weekend. Kind of giving back to the Big Brothers because, they helped you out so much. It's like the United Way, it's a good thing to give, and where you can help out this younger generation and help young men and girls to become a better person, I just want to encourage anyone watching this video, please give to United Way. They sponsor the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the PD, and they really had a big impact on my life, and please give. Thank you.
My wife and I moved here in 1983. We had 5 children, and one recently died of Alzheimer's. I guess it might be almost 10 years ago, the first time I came here. There was a woman, I believe, wanted to talk to me, and the thing that impressed me, she was telling me she's selling hearing, not hearing aids.
His wife came in to see me. She needed some help hearing and needed a hearing aid. It was clear to me that they were struggling, that they really couldn't afford it. In fact, he needed them worse than she did. And they're at the time going through helping their son who had Alzheimer's. She had come back to see me for a follow-up and kind of grilled him a little bit, figured out what was going on, and said to him, I want you to hear better. I want you to hear your son, and we're going to give you some free hearing aids. And of course, we did that partially because the United Way helps us, and the funds we get that help us be able to help those people who need things but don't fit into some other category. They aren't quite bad off enough to get some funding through the state or the government, but yet they're not well off enough to even afford anything. And so to me, it was important that he's able to hear his son in those last few months of his life. And his son did, in fact, pass away.
Well, first off, you gave it to me. I said, you what? I think he was there. I said, "You're what?" I couldn't believe it. I can't say thank you enough. It's unbelievable.
Really, if it had not been for the United Way's money, we might not have been able to help Mr. Hawley. So it's really important that those who are out there to give to the United Way so we can continue to help those kind of people, because again, without that, he would have lost the opportunity to hear his son those last few months of his life.
I'm originally from New Jersey. My husband is from Philadelphia. 5 years ago, we moved here. So he interviewed for a job here and everything over the phone and all that, everything seemed like, okay, it's a go. And then once we got here, it wasn't so much a go, and he didn't get the job. Was finishing up on my degree and needed to do internship. My husband said, "Oh, why don't you try Lighthouse?" So I did my internship here at Lighthouse. As I was here and I got to work with the people and actually see the other volunteers and the people on staff here in action, I realized that it wasn't a mission statement on words, that this was more like a lifestyle or a culture. So after my internship, I'm now volunteering here. My husband and I, we're working towards a vision and a plan. As time goes on, we had our own challenges. I didn't handle the finances, so I didn't always know exactly where we stood. But what I did know is that I kept waking up in the middle of the night and he wasn't in bed. One particular night, I looked at the clock and it was like 3:30 in the morning and he had not come to bed. And so I got up to see where he was, and he was in his office. And I asked him what was the matter. It took a little prodding, but eventually he told me that the electric was going to be disconnected. As I started to look at all my different options and try to figure out, okay, what can we do? How can we do? And as long as I had been volunteering at Lighthouse, I never saw the light until that day. I met with one of the staff members here at Lighthouse. And although we had met and talked and worked on many cases, this was different because I was sitting on the other side of the desk. From the first moment, I realized it's gonna be okay. Today, our life is totally different. My husband and I both have full-time jobs, but all of these things happen because of organizations like the United Way that help to fund community-based programs like Lighthouse. If you want to see a better tomorrow, or if you want your community to be better, then give.
The stories you just heard were just a few of the over 25,000 individuals that our partnering agencies help right here in the community every year. These individuals often receive services that change their lives for the better. And it's all because of people like you who've made a decision to donate to the United Way. No other decision helps so many with just one gift. By donating to the United Way, you're helping to blaze a trail for a better tomorrow for everyone in Florence County. So let's saddle up and round up your friends, families, coworkers, and neighbors, and let's giddy up and give to United Way.